Welcome back, everyone, to the Time Center podcast. It's been a little while, been super busy the last week and a half, but we are back with y'all with another movie review. I know we haven't done one in a while. We are covering the Mando and Grogu Star Wars movie. We have not had a Star Wars movie in theaters in 7-8 years now.
Last one we had was what? Episode 9?
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining with me today, Nate.
It's been a while. It's been a minute.
It's been a while since you've been on the podcast.
The last time I was here, I was in high school.
Oh yeah, that is crazy.
That was the summer after I graduated.
But that's still over a year ago. That's
way over a year.
Yeah, that's crazy. But that's what we're going to talk about today. So without further ado, let's get started.
And we're back with another banger.
We are going to be covering the Mando and Grogu movie, the latest Star Wars movie to be released into theaters. And I know it's been out for a little bit now. I know we're a little bit late, but we're also going to be covering the Backrooms as well. I'm actually going to watch that tomorrow. I know we're a little bit late on some stuff. Everyone's been super busy. I know that Nate can agree with me on that. Everyone's been super busy here recently. Go ahead and start this off with just an easy question. Nate, how did you like the movie?
I actually really liked it, but I'm also kind of easy to please. Main thing, and everyone else thought this too, it was just really long.
Yes.
It was there was certain parts was you definitely could have just edited it out.
That is very much
But
true.
I mean the action. I love the action. It's been a while since good Star Wars combat has been in a movie. You know. But I think the main thing, because I'm not crazy. I know it's not just absolute masterpiece. I wish it was. I really do.
Yeah. No.
But I remember watching it, I was like, well, I really enjoyed that movie, but it's definitely I could have waited till it was out on Disney Plus.
Yeah, so to go off of Disney Plus, my thoughts on it too. I thought it was a good movie. The action scenes. So we talked about this before recording. I think the action scenes were really cool. The fighting scenes, I think, with just Mando by himself taking on the big gang stuff.
So cool.
I think that was really cool. It's just I go along with the part. It was 2.5 hours long. It could have been an hour and a half long.
It was an hour and a half movie stretched out for 2.5.
Yes,
it really was.
It was literally what I would like to say. It is a Disney Plus of Mandalorian, season 4, if they were going to do that. Take 3 to 4 episodes out of that season and just smush them together for a movie.
Right.
That's what it looks like to me.
So I know we're kind of hitting on negatives right now, so I'm just going to keep doing that.
Okay.
But anyway, someone brought this up on Insta. Not a lot of outside characters. I mean, it was all brand new characters. The only one that you ever saw on the show was Zeb.
Yeah,
I liked Zeb a lot. That was awesome.
Hey, from Star Wars Rebels going into Ahsoka,
they did him real well. They did him real well.
Yeah,
they did him real well. But my thing is, I could have used some characters from in the series. I could have used some cameos. I know you can overdo it, but I really would have liked some.
You know what would have been really cool, because I know the bounty hunter that the Hutts hired to hunt Imbo. I thought he was really cool. Would have been really cool as well if we could have saw Bane in this. The other bounty hunter,
I think he was dead at this point, wasn't he?
Was
because he died in Book of Boba Fett.
I know we've said some negatives about this, so let's give some positives though, because this is not a bad movie.
It really wasn't.
I'm not calling this bad. My ranking of this was a 7 out of 10.
I thought it was a solid 7.
Yeah,
I know I said it earlier. I'm easier to please, but that's what I've seen a general consensus of. People is I know it's not it wasn't a great movie, but I really really liked it.
Yeah, no,
even nowadays it's it's either a masterpiece or it's just I can't believe I wasted my money on this. It's nice to have movies that is I enjoyed watching that. Probably wouldn't watch it a second time, but I'm glad I did.
It's not I would say it's not the movie that I've gone back to movie theaters before. I've watched it once and I'll go back and watch it again. It's not like that, but I can go into it saying, hey, I didn't mind watching it. It was still fun. I had still a fun time watching.
I guarantee you once it hits streaming, I will probably watch it again.
I was gonna say
there's good odds.
I'll probably watch it again. And am I gonna be honest? Am I gonna go out of my way to really be oh, I'm gonna go watch it? It's just got on Disney Plus.
Shoot, it's recently released.
Oh, let's just drop everything. Let's go watch it. No, I don't think that's the case. Yeah. But like I said, some of the positives, like I said, I still give 7 out of 10. I still think it's a good movie. The action scenes in it, I know we've already said that.
Those are so good.
Really good.
Those are so good.
I did like the parts where it did give progression of Grogu.
Yeah.
I did like that to show even though it does still seem like he's a baby, which he still is, but you gotta realize the Yoda species, they live for a long, long time.
I think Yoda died at 800. I don't know the exact age, but he was in his 800s 800. For sure.
So even let's just say after 50, let's just say 50 years from now, Mando could get really old and stuff. Grogu could still look like he's like 10 years
exactly.
old.
I mean, at the start of the series, he was 50.
Yeah,
So I think it was like 50, 52. Little quiz for all y'all watching.
Yeah,
Prove me wrong.
Yeah, it's just, but they talk about how like his species are like very unique. Like if you go back to the Mandalorian series, and they with Luke, and then you see Ahsoka, they're talking about like how his species are very special, connected to the Force.
I saw something the other day. There's only been like 9 recorded instances of Yoda species, and we still don't know their name or anything. All we know about them is that almost all of them have been Force sensitive. All of them have been Jedi.
Yeah, extremely connected to the Force. And that's what I'm just saying, like, with Yoda, even though he was in his 800s, even 700s during the Clone Wars, like,
he was moving different.
Dude, he just doesn't matter, bro. He was moving differently.
Yeah.
But to go over more of the movie, though, I would say that I like the storyline in it. I think it's cool that they brought in another bounty hunter, one of my favorite bounty hunters.
Yo, Embo, I don't know who out there has watched Clone Wars. I'm assuming every Star Wars fan there is.
Yeah.
He is probably I remember I leaned over to my mom who doesn't watch Star Wars like anyone else. But I leaned over, I was like, Mom, that is the baddest man in the galaxy right now. And she said, oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's cool, Mom.
I was going to say, but once you gave, like, Mando actual fighting shit, so like in the we'll just call it the arena, their space in the hut, like
final battle.
Yeah, he did outbeat him though, but I was gonna say they are still pretty close though. They're both skillfully trained.
The thing with Mando, he's the same as all Mandalorians. He's bred for this stuff. Like weapons are part of his religion. He's gonna be a good fighter.
That's what I was gonna say too. So because I went with another friend of ours named Landon. You've seen him plenty of times here on the podcast, and I went with my brother.
Yeah.
I was trying to explain to my brother that saying Mandalorians literally as soon as they are born, they are bred to fight.
You realize that dude's not even like he's not by blood a Mandalorian. And he's on that level. So, I mean, the average Mandalorian, if you can go toe-to-toe with Jedi in a war, this is kind of pulling from a little more ball knowledge, but there was a whole war on Mandalore between the Jedi and the Mandalorians. If you can go toe-to-toe with one of them and actually make it a good fight with a Jedi, there's something to be said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because you don't have all the ability. You would think going into that fight, like Jedi, obviously you have his lightsabers and stuff. He has the Force abilities. He can do all this more agility, more like better high quality of stuff that they can do other than the Mandalorians, but they are like specifically trained to take on like higher opponents, better skill level stuff, and with their armors too, because their armors and their helmets are very key to what they do. Like I had to explain this to my brother as well. They are literally forbidden, and it goes against everything that the Mandalorians stand for. Cannot remove their helmets.
That's kind of a gray area. Technically, yes. The way it was meant to be, but kind of the modern Mando.
I was gonna say the overall storyline of this movie. I thought it was pretty.
I like the storyline a lot.
It was pretty. It was pretty good. Love the fight scenes. I like Rod of the Hutt. Very interesting character, by the way. I will say.
I know we were talking about it earlier. He wasn't a crazy fan. I loved Rada. Rada was probably like besides Embo, he was probably my favorite part of the show. I'll say this, another negative, but it has to be talked about. Acting was a little too corny, mainly from him. In my opinion.
It was just weird to me. It's just, I know that Hutts can speak English, but it was still odd to me.
It's so weird. It's so weird seeing seeing a Hutt talk to you and you understand him. It's like, no.
Well, I think the movie had a really cool intro where Mando and Grogu took on the Empire.
Yes.
The big, like, four-legged walkers. They're called the AT-ATs, right?
Yeah, the STs are the smaller ones.
Yeah, that's what's it. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just cool because you see these little bitty factions of the Empire still remaining. And they're having to go out and take care of the rogues that are still there. It's a very fun movie. It's just, I've looked at reviews after. I love looking at other people's reactions, opinions about topics like this.
Yeah.
A lot of people I've seen, like, what I actually completely agree with. Cool and all, but did this really have a big impact overall?
I don't think this changes much of anything.
That's what I'm gonna say. Does it really do anything? It's like a cool, every, like, Star Wars to Clone Wars, you have like these little like side missions. You watch all the seasons, you have these little arcs here and there. This one just felt like a side arc that, like, it's cool and all.
So it felt like a side quest.
Yeah, basically, like, if you play like a main game.
I mean, technically speaking, I mean, all of seasons 1 and 2, they had a signified goal. We got to season 3 after they found out, okay, you're now my child.
Yeah.
It became about fighting Imperial remnants, and that's how the movie started.
Yes.
So we were on the right track, and then it just became a Hutt story, which I don't mind.
I don't mind
that's,
either.
That made it feel a lot like Book of Boba Fett did. It felt like it felt like it didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, this was our adventure, now it's over. And I mean, it didn't really leave us anywhere else to go.
To finish this off, though, what is your final thoughts about the movie? And I know what is your final ranking of this movie?
So I'll go ahead and give my final opinion on it. I'd say if you haven't watched it yet and you're a Star Wars fan, go for it. If you really don't care, then you're not really missing much.
Yeah.
I would encourage it, but I'm also going to say you're not missing out if you don't.
My final thoughts is you don't have to go out of your way to go see this movie.
You really don't.
And I think it's fun action. It is slow at some points. I'm not gonna give my whole spiel on it. We've already talked about it.
I think we've talked it into the dirt at this point.
Yeah, basically. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Let's get some Old Republic Star Wars movies.
Ooh,
that's what I want to see.
That would be a good one.
That's a whole nother story.
That would be sick.
That's a whole nother story for another day, though. But I will say, because this is a movie review, we got another thing for the studio. Got the brand new Mandalorian Grogu souvenir.
That's really neat.
Going along with the studio. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see y'all next time on the Time Center podcast.